What's going on today? Sir, how you doing? I dealt with you last time. I don't know if you remember me. What are we doing today?
I was playing a book through my speaker.
Okay, what kind of book?
50 cents book.
Okay. Obviously, it looks like the same time we have a bong like last time and some possible narcotics in the vehicle. Right? It's right in plain view. We told you last time, right? This is kind of odd behavior.
In broad daylight on a quiet road in New Jersey, a man sits alone inside his parked car with the windows down, calmly listening to an audiobook playing through a small speaker. He isn't driving anywhere or causing any disturbance, just spending a few quiet moments in his vehicle. But within minutes, police officers approach and begin questioning him, asking for identification and pressing him about why he only has an ID card instead of his physical driver's license. As the conversation continues, the officers start scanning the inside of the car and quickly shift their focus to items they claim to see in plain view, suggesting there could be a bong or possible narcotics inside the vehicle. The tone of the encounter changes instantly. The man remains calm and chooses not to engage with the speculation, invoking his rights instead. Meanwhile, more patrol cars begin arriving one after another, turning what started as a simple interaction into a tense and escalating situation.
Good day. Well, good day.
Yep.
Is that how you say it? So this is an ID card. This is an ID card. Do you have a driver's license, sir?
Yeah.
Where's your driver's license, sir?
I lost it.
You lost your driver's license. When did you lose your driver's license?
Pretty while ago.
When was a while ago?
I plead the fifth. But you can look up my driver's license with the G in the front of the numbers.
I'm sorry, what was that?
You can look up the numbers if you put the G in the front of numbers.
G in front of the numbers.
It's the same number.
Hey, sir, how you doing? I'm Officer Lee. That's fine. You can film us. We're filming you. What's going on today? Sir, how you doing? I dealt with you last time. I don't know if you remember me. What are we doing today?
I was playing a book through my speaker.
Okay, what kind of book?
50 cents book.
Okay. Obviously, it looks like the same time we have a bong like last time and some possible narcotics in the vehicle. Right? It's right in plain view. We told you last time, right? This is kind of odd behavior. Sir?
It's not odd.
Well, you're blasting music and now you have CDS in the vehicle. You understand?
It's not. But you guys can make all the assumptions you want.
Okay. We're just gonna have my boss come by. We'll talk to him when he comes in. You smoking today, man? Bill Goody?
I pleaded the fifth like 3 times already.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to point out, that's a bong over there, and that's possible CDS. Understand marijuana is legal, but it's not legal to purchase for recreation in New Jersey yet. All right, so that's where we're at. So we're just waiting for my supervisor to get here. Why do you have a blowtorch in the car as well?
I'm a plumber.
You're a plumber? Okay. You also work for DoorDash, right?
A quiet afternoon quickly turns tense when officers begin questioning a man sitting in his parked car listening to an audiobook through his speaker. As the conversation unfolds, the officers start pointing out items inside the vehicle, claiming they see what appears to be a bong and possible narcotics in plain view. They describe his behavior as suspicious, even suggesting the loud audio and items in the car raise concerns. The man stays calm and repeatedly invokes his Fifth Amendment rights, refusing to answer their questions. When officers notice a blowtorch inside the vehicle, they immediately question its purpose, hinting it could be used for something illegal. The man simply explains has a plumber, but the suspicion continues. Soon the officers call for even more backup, turning a simple roadside conversation into an unnecessary show of force. Meanwhile, the man remains composed, quietly standing on his rights while the tension continues to build.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
You know what torches are used for?
What are they used for?
Do you know?
You seem to be able to tell me, so let me hear it.
I don't know. What do you think I'm using it for?
I don't know what you're using it for, but I know there's multiple uses for blowtorches.
And what are the uses of the blowtorch?
I want you to tell me because you want to tell me. You could do pipe work with it. You could light fires with it. You could do soldering with it. That's basically what I use blowtorches for if I ever used one. What do you use blowtorches for?
Basically what you said.
Okay.
Soldering. It's good use of tax dollars. I think we need another car here. Get one more car. Can we get one more car?
Relax. Relax, my booty.
Get one more car.
Why? Why do you want another car?
Looks like a party.
I thought you played the fifth. Now you want to talk?
It's a good use of company resources.
All right, sir. I'm just going to ask you a few questions. Do you feel like hurting yourself today?
No, I do not.
Do you feel like hurting others today?
No, I do not.
Do you feel suicidal today?
No, I do not.
Okay, so you don't. That's all I see. I don't know for sure if that's CDS. I don't know if it's just incense that you put in a bong. So I don't know. I don't have a smell of any kind of CDS. So what is that, sir?
I plead the fifth.
And he's also got a blowtorch that he says he does plumbing work with, right in the driver console.
All right. Let me talk to you over here.
Yeah. All right, so sir, this is what's going to happen. Obviously, you parked illegal. All you're doing right now, that's the only illegal thing we have. Officer Choi is going to be issuing you a parking summons, and we're going to ask you to please move from the illegal parking spot. Okay? You also told me that you're not in crisis, you don't want to hurt yourself, you want to hurt others, and you don't feel suicidal. You don't.
No.
Okay. So that's where we're at.
What started as a tense police encounter slowly begins to settle when officers finally admit the only violation they can identify is illegal parking despite earlier suspicions about a bong, possible narcotics, and even a blowtorch found inside the car. None of it leads to any charges. The man explains the torch is simply a tool for plumbing work, and after questioning him about his well-being, officers decide the situation isn't a crisis. In the end, they issue a simple parking ticket and ask him to move his vehicle, but the story doesn't stop there. In another nearby encounter outside a small store, a man who has just bought food is approached by an officer investigating a missing wallet. The officer claims the man was simply standing nearby, but the man questions why he was singled out, pointing out that standing outside a store doesn't make someone suspicious. What follows is a tense moment that raises bigger questions about assumption, suspicion, and how quickly ordinary people can become the focus of police attention.
Okay. Now, when I come to this store, okay, this cop or sheriff, right?
Deputy Aldo.
Okay, now what was you asking me again?
I was just wondering if you knew the lady who is looking for her wallet, what your relation with her is.
What made you ask me that, though?
You were around looking over there. I was wondering if maybe you could help me find out what happened to her wallet. That's all I'm looking for.
What was I doing?
Nothing. You're just looking over there. I was wondering to see if you were with her.
Looking where?
Towards her direction.
Oh,
If you don't know her, that's fine, dude.
I know, but is that like your suspicion?
No.
Oh. Well, that's like harassment. Like you're coming up on me doing that. Because if I come here and say I buy a pizza, I don't need that. I don't need you doing what you do and coming messing with me, not unless you got a reason.
So I do apologize. I was just asking if you didn't, if you don't want to.
But why you ask me?
You were out there. That's all. That's the only reason.
I'm the only one out there?
You were at the time when I pulled up. Yeah. If you have nothing to do with it, I do apologize for wasting your time, man. I'll leave you to be okay.
When you pulled up, I was just coming out of here.
Oh, I didn't see that. I was way over there. I don't know if you noticed me as well. I was helping her look for her wallet.
So, what time did you notice me then?
When I stopped to come. When I pulled in here.
Oh, okay.
You were out there. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's fine, dude.
I know, but you can't do stuff like that, though.
Why is it?
Because that's not what you're supposed to do. You got to go about it another way, and because did you get a call? I'm an auditor.
Right.
And I talk to the city manager all the time, Cunningham and Matt Allen. So if you didn't get a call, then you shouldn't be around. I mean, not unless you're doing something, but did you get a call?
I was helping her look for her wallet, yeah.
Okay, does that involve me by helping her?
No, but you could possibly help her, that's what I was getting at.
No,
if you have no connection with her, that's
not my job, though. That's your job.
I appreciate it, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Are you gonna fight? Oh, okay. Lady lost her wallet yesterday. I was wondering if you could have some camera. Okay, is that when manager comes?
So this happened yesterday.
What's that?
Did this happen yesterday or
Sure,
today?
since it's not involving you, I do appreciate your time though, okay? I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Take care.
The second encounter continues outside a small store where a man has just stepped out after buying food. An officer approaches saying a nearby woman lost her wallet and has simply asking if the man might have seen anything, but the man immediately questions why he was singled out. From his perspective, he was just standing outside like any other customer. The officer explains he noticed him when he pulled into the parking lot and thought he might be able to help. Still, the man pushes back, pointing out that being nearby doesn't make someone suspicious. As the brief exchange continues, it becomes clear there is no connection between the man and the missing wallet. The officer eventually backs off, thanking him for his time. In the end, both encounters highlight the same issue: the difference between suspicion and actual legal grounds for treating someone like a suspect.